What's going on, Aquarius? Welcome to my channel. It's Craft and Conjure. We're about to jump into your energy. This goes out to sun, moon, and rising, singles, couples, men and women. Cross watches are welcome. Tips and donations are always welcomed and honored, and if you would like to book a personal reading, please check the description box below and all that information will be there. Let's get into it. Time to take action. Interestingly enough, I think that the Daily General might resonate with a few of you, so please go check that out if you feel led to. The Daily General was about going forth with no fear, just straight on your Knight of Swords energy, so forth and so on, mental clarity, etc., etc., etc. And what I am hearing from the universe is that it is time to look to the higher senses, the higher faculties. It's time to use the power of the mind in a psycho-spiritual sort of way to really wade through the downloads that you are feeling, the downloads that you are getting. Remember, the left and right aspects of the brain go hand in hand. Logic and reason and analyzation and understanding is just as important as feeling and embracing and seeing the beauty of the emotions that flow through you, how things might make you feel, how things might do this. And that's great. That's all fine and dandy. But after you feel the download, or after you feel the potency of the working or the force or the message or whatever it is that you resonate and connect with, then comes a time of analyzation of the situation, analyzing what went on. And I am hearing that for quite a few of you, stepping more towards the logic and reason around this time of your path will benefit you greatly. From there, you can actually get passionate new beginnings. Again, emotions are great. Emotions are awesome. For the single ladies, there is somebody possibly sizing you up. Just saying. We're going to leave it like that. But, what I'm picking up is that when you take action and the Ace of Swords energy and you really flow with it, that's going to bring forth that passion that you really want and desire to help you go further. You're going to become excited about the fact that you get that divine balance of the aha moments, or you'll feel it working and then you'll go meditate on it and you'll sit down and really analyze it logically, and you'll get a deeper understanding of it, which will help further with the Ace of Wands. So we have two aces on the deck. Aces, aces, aces. The universe is pumping some serious spiritual energy towards the mind and the passions right now. So make sure that you work hand in hand with them. Ace of Pentacles. All right. The passion and the logic. Think about that for 1 second. Feel that. The passion of the Ace of Wands. The desire to start the new journey, to go through those bumps, those bruises, those experiences, because now you're embodying the aspect of, for lack of a better term, the mental, the clarity, so forth and so on. That's going to help you with the Ace of Pentacles energy, which is about, starting new physical ventures, so forth and so on, and really going forth with that. So we have 3 aces on the board already. So that means that the universe is pretty much pumping you full of energy right now, mentally, emotionally, and, on the mundane. So be open to that. When you combine the creativity and the logic and reason, the left and the right, you're really going to see how it can benefit you on this earth plane. You're not going to have so much more of the imbalance and the constant juggling of the thoughts and emotions with the head-heart battle. Now, mind you, what I am hearing is that it's just not going to just poof and just, become Ace of Swords. It's not going to poof and become Ace of Wands, and you're just not going to have that divine balance. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to put in meditation. I'm hearing that you're going to have to formulate and build a ritual practice, and you're going to have to push that ritual practice. It's kind of like going to the gym. You can't lift 5 pounds forever. And the universe wants you to know that, yeah, it's time to grow, but at the same time, for those that do resonate with this, you got to push to get the balance between the aces. It's just not going to, I like to call it a spiritual band-aid. Sometimes you do something and you get, the pain relieved for a little bit or the stress taken away for a little bit, and then it comes back like a bat out of hell in the dark night of the soul. That automatically is just pretty much saying, look, the universe had your back, deity, gods, goddess, whatever. It gave you time to prepare for that journey. It gave you time to prepare for the next step. But now that you're at that aspect, it's time to really, really combine the both so you can become in the high priest energy. So you can walk in that high priest energy. Because the high priestess is going to be the balance that comes from the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, which is going to help you really go forth into the Ace of Pentacles. And when things start to maybe step out of balance with the two, the whole juggling, because I don't see relationship juggling. I do see the heart mind juggle, and that can affect you on the plane or on earth. That manifests on earth. Bad days, pulling away, trying to be too loving or trying to be too analytical. It manifests on this plane. So I am hearing that, maybe a few of you are leaning a little bit too much towards the mind. I'm not saying lean towards the heart, but you want to lean to the balance. You want to have a balance between both, because that is actually that groove, that fine line, that niche that you can get into and just really, really flow with it. The high priestess energy is amazing to tap into, and sometimes it can be a little tricky for a few. So what I am hearing that balance those energies. But again, you're going to have to put in that daily work like anyone else. Progression, evolution, so forth and so on with the spiritual realm. It's not, you're going to have to push. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to grind. You're going to have to go through the dark nights of the soul. You're going to have to experience that energy where you learn to become the temperance energy. So it's time to tilt things slightly to the left and understand that it's not left, it's not right. It's down the middle. It's about balance. It's about hell. It's about constantly working to keep balance. That is our jobs. We can call in help, we can call in assistance, but sometimes the hermit is great, but sometimes the hermit is not always beneficial. You can gain the balance on the inside and external while you're in hermit mode all day long. You can balance yourself till you're blue in the face, but the real test, the real challenge is being able to come out into the world with all those different thoughts, energies, etc., 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 and to maintain that balance. That can be kind of tricky at times. And yeah, not everyone always maintains the balance. Everyone steps out of balance. Everyone has tower moments. Everyone goes through it. So if you think that maybe, you may be doing something wrong, you're not. It's just that everybody goes through those days, those balance moments, those not balance moments. But also by embracing the logic and reason, and emotions at the same time, and just balancing them out, that's really going to help you out. For my single people, you are single and ready to mingle. That just popped out there. Pay that no mind if that's not you. Also, by embracing this analytical aspect of logic and reason, you will gain a deeper understanding of how the Ace of Cups can flow into your life. Because then you're going to understand who you should and who you should not project this love or this passion to. Love can't cure everything. I know that's probably going to get me downvoted like I don't know what. But single ready to mingle, Be careful the wham bam. Thank you, man. We ain't going into the deepness of that, but I'm just letting you know somebody's seeing to the single ladies. Somebody sees you. Single gentlemen, could be you as well. But at the same time, love can't fix everything. I mean, if it could, we'd have been fixed the world's problems. But balance and understanding can, in what I'm hearing, help you a lot more than just embracing everything and projecting love towards it. And love is great. Love is a healing energy, but sometimes you have to really sit back and say, who can I share this love with? Who can I project this love to? Who would be wise to connect this to, and who would not be wise to connect this to? You know, is it time for love and passion, or was it time for me to sit down and just think through the situation? Solar energy for those that are going through this experience, and also understand that you are guided by the universe, and the illumination at times does suck reaching it. You know, it sucks to reach that illumination because you got to go through so much in order to get that ace of cups. So we got 4 aces on the board. We got the ace of swords, ace of wands, ace of pentacles, ace of cups. So for whoever resonates with this, there's a lot going on for you in the universe right now. But what I want you to do is not so much look to the universe, look within self. Look within self and see how it is affecting you on a practical, mundane plane right now. How it is affecting your life as a practitioner and just an all-out regular human being. How it's affecting your workload, how it's affecting your off time, how it's affecting how you view your fellow human, how you view yourself. So right now, the world has got some lessons for you, and that popped up earlier. The world wants you to learn how to balance and work with all of these energies, which is the mind power, the passion, the emotion, the how to weave it on the earth plane as well. But as soon as you really start to encompass and embody that balance between the left and the right, or the masculine and the feminine, whatever, have the internal divine conversation if you need to. And it's okay sometimes to tell one side, look, you know, right now you gotta balance it out. You know, you gotta have that balance. You gotta have that flow. Because out with the balance and the flow, you got the Queen of Pentacles energy coming in, which is pretty much just the balanced figure, you know, the mother figure, if that's your thing. You know, the lady that the gentleman so deeply loves or wants to love, possibly a Taurus. Shout out to the Taurus that be swinging through my channel too. You know who you are. Shout out to you. But yeah, understand that the balance and between logic and emotion, between the left and the right, it has to be there. It has to be there, and sometimes you have to rest your mind and let things take its course. But that doesn't mean that you have to embrace, you know, full-blown emotion. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with emotions, but humans, when we operate on emotion only, we explode. I hate to say it, but we do. We get so lost in our stuff that we, you know, when the truth hits us, we be like, ow, that hurt. Because the truth is what? A double-edged sword at the time, you know. So just keep that balance, because that balance is going to be very, very, very beneficial through the next year. It's a very hectic time, and you can burn out. So certain things you're going to have to approach from the position of logic and reason. And certain things you can approach from emotion. Approaching everything from emotion puts you in a 5 of Cups energy, which is turmoil, sadness, so forth and so on, etc., etc., etc. And it can really lead you into a 10 of Swords, because you overthink, you know, you overfeel, and then you just explode. You explode, and then you're just like, well, what the hell? So understand that it is that balance. Not too much emotion, but then not too much logic either. Don't go too deep into the logic, because when you go too deeply into logic, you cut yourself off from the other aspects of yourself and the universe. More yourself, though. And then you kind of turn, you know, calculated and just straightforward, too logical. And then, you know, you can't feel, and then it's all crazy. I'm not going to say you can't feel, but if you only approach things from a calculated point of view, you'll have trouble tapping into things such as empathy. You can become very apathetic, and apathy is not a very attractive quality for humanity. Um, but also, don't let this tapping into your logic and reason make you think that you can't tap into the emotional aspect of things, because that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that too much emotion can lead you to the tower moment. It's good to feel, it is, but sometimes you have to sit down and approach that situation from a mental point of view and say, how can I make things happen? And that's really going to benefit you when you go to start creating your world, or when you go to create new projects, new passions, new so forth and so on. Two of Wands energy, that just denotes to me passion and desire to get out there and create your world, so forth and so on. And that's great. That's great to create it, build it, just desire it. But if you don't have the brain power to get out there and make it happen, you're really not going anywhere. We got to have that balance. We have to have that emotion, that logic, that passion. It all has to work like a fine-tuned machine. We've all seen what happens when someone is too emotional. We've all seen what happens when someone is too logical. We've all seen what happens when someone is too damn passionate. And we've all seen what happens when someone is too damn focused on money and money only. It doesn't end well. You might make a lot of money, but then you look back one day and be like, well, damn, I missed so much because I focused only on the money, for example. Quite a few of you might be blocked off to that wham bam. Thank you, man, by the way. Just wanted to point that out there. I see the universe is trying to put love out here, but we're going to make it a little side message. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. See, it's a single, rar, and they want to come on through, but you ain't having it. There you go. They'll bring you heartbreak. That they won't bring you the 10 of cups or anything. They see the Empress energy within you, and that goes out to men and women. They see the Empress energy in you, and they see the fertility and all that good stuff, and they want to come on in, but then they don't. I heard psychic vampire. I'm not one to normally say that, but I heard that. Just stay clear of that individual. You have all the tools that you need to stay clear of that individual, the magician energy. So just make sure that you stay clear of that individual. Okay. Yeah, also understand that this person is just is going to bring a 5 of Pentacles energy. They're not really, hence psychic vampirism. They're going to suck you dry. They're not, they're going to just drain you. They're going to want your time all the time. They're not a good vibe to hang out with. I ain't saying they're a bad human being. Everyone has tapped into people and become emotional. Everyone has on this planet. Ain't nobody immune. Nope. Ain't nobody immune. No one on this earth. We've all done it in some time, some shape, some manner, or some form. We all have. But also at the same time, there is a difference between intentional and just unintentional. Okay? But yeah, this energy, this person is not really out for your highest good. They're fun to hang out with, but they're just more on the line of just screw work, let's just all play and just you can do that later and you can do that later. Next thing you know, you're like 4 weeks behind and you're just like crap. So just stay clear of that energy. Okay, that's really not an energy that you want to flow with. If you can manage to balance it so you can have your fun and so forth and so on, but don't let it take you down, then go right ahead. But I do sense that quite a few of you are focused on progress right now, whether that's spiritual progress, financial progress, mental progress, or whatever progress it may be. That this energy is going to bring you like a 9 of Swords, and that's not something you really want, because the 9 of Swords is depression, sadness, anxiety, just feeling down in the dumps. The person may, really just puts you in a place that you ain't happy. So stay clear of that person. So stay clear of that person. Stay within the temperance energy, the temperance, the balance between the masculine and the feminine, the up, the down, the left, the right, the A, the start, all that stuff. As above, so below, as within, so without, And understand that, going back to that Ace of Swords, taking action and having all of the aces in your life. Have all of that in your life, the mind, the blood, the fire, the emotions, everything that is within self. But at the same time, understand that it must all remain balanced. That is the most important thing of all. It must all remain balanced. I think that's all I'm going to leave you with. Until next time, if this reading resonates with you in some way, shape, manner, or form, if so, please like, share, and subscribe, and join the Craft and Conjure Aquarius Moon Tarot family. And make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Alright, peace.